Primacy of Peter. The Church of the Primacy of St. Peter is a church of the Franciscan custody of the Holy Land. It is located on the northwest shore of the Sea of Galilee in the area of the Seven Springs. This holy place commemorates the third appearance of Christ to his disciples after the resurrection. It also holds the mystery of the Sermon on the Mount. This spot was marked as early as 381 AD. In the diary of the Spanish pilgrim, Egeria, there are stone steps where the Lord stood. By the end of the 4th century, a small church enclosed the table of the Lord. This third appearance to the apostles is known as the Petrine Primacy. Christ reinstates Peter as head of his church. The Lord tells Peter 3 times, "Feed my sheep," in response to Peter's threefold denial at the house of Caiaphas after Christ's arrest on Holy Thursday. It is a redemptive act. Jesus appoints Peter as head of his church, symbolized by a flock of lambs. The chapel is next to the north shore of the Sea of Galilee. Often fish can be spotted in the water, the same type of fish Jesus and disciples fished and ate. This scenic and quiet spot is perfect to contemplate on the glory of the Lord.
Ano kwento? Dito siya galing sa dito yung natin ng tubig. Ang Galilee. Dumaan siya, diba? Dumaan siya.
Referred to in the Bible as the town of Jesus, Capernaum is located on the northern shore of the Sea of Galilee, in northern Israel. It lies close to many other important biblical sites, such as Tabgha, the Church of the Beatitudes, and the Church of the Primacy of St Peter. Capernaum is where Jesus lived as he carried out his mission. Jesus chose his 12 disciples in this area on the northern shore of the Sea of Galilee. 5 of them, Peter, Andrew, James, John and Matthew, came directly from Capernaum, and all the other disciples came from the Galilee area. The only one who didn't come from the Galilee was Judas Iscariot, who would later betray Jesus. The teachings, allegories, and preaching of Jesus originate in this area. He speaks of water, ships, fish, and fishermen. Jesus was born in Bethlehem, brought up in Nazareth, and preached in Jerusalem, but it was the significant Galilean ministry years which he spent in Capernaum, and where he performed many of his miracles. Capernaum became his home, and the Bible calls it Jesus' own city. Healing the paralytic at Capernaum is one of the miracles of Jesus in the Synoptic Gospels. Jesus lived in Capernaum for about 3 years, and in and around Capernaum he laid the foundations of early Christianity.
By the palm tree.
Истинно говорю, и в Израиле нашел такой веры. Говорю вам, не возвратится в рамы Сагуляду в Царстве Небесном. Сами в Царстве известны будут.
May misa?
La dirección será siempre de todo el mundo a Israel.
Ito yung sinabog noon.
A grand 4th century Ad synagogue was excavated, which stood over the synagogue from the time of Jesus.
Kita pa yung Mount Beatitudes doon, oh. Hala.
Ganda ng kulay naman. Mga ito dito.
St. Peter Church, also called the Pilgrimage Church of St. Peter in Capernaum, a modern Catholic pilgrimage church found in the archaeological site of Capernaum, northern Israel. The church is part of the Franciscan monastery in Capernaum. It is dedicated to St. Peter, whom Catholics consider the first leader of the church. It is considered the first church in the world and believed it could be the place where the house of the Apostle Peter was. The Pilgrimage Church of St. Peter is located in the central part of the archaeological site of Capernaum, at an altitude of 195 meters on the west coast north of the Sea of Galilee, in the depression of the Jordan Valley, in northern Israel. Buried beneath the remains of an octagonal Byzantine martyrium church, excavators found the ruins of a rather mundane dwelling dating to the 1st century BC. Beneath the foundations of this octagonal Byzantine martyrium church at Capernaum, archaeologists made one of the most exciting biblical archaeology discoveries, a simple first-century aid, home that may have been the house of Peter, the home of Jesus in Capernaum.